Well, here we are, Tui. We're halfway across the Tasman Sea. We've just crossed from New Zealand control into Australian control. We're talking to them on HF radio and all is going good. So far it's been a pretty smooth ride with a reasonable ground speed, but in the last probably 5 minutes our ground speed has really picked up, and at the moment we're indicating 172 knots ground speed.
From 157.
Yeah. Now, thought we might just chat a little bit about it's over 7 hours, maybe 7 hours, 20 minutes across the Tasman today. And what do you do for that period of time? Well, surprisingly, it's really can be quite busy, and we've got some paperwork that keeps us busy. So every hour we've got a position report, and I plot that on this particular chart here. So we record our latitude, longitude, our altitude, and what our next reporting points will be. And we report that in the past, that's been back to Auckland, and from here on in the flight it will be to Brisbane. And Sandra looks after a fuel management sheet that records what fuel tanks we have selected and how much fuel we've taken out of each tank. And we keep track of where all the fuel is in the aeroplane. And at this point in time, what have we got here, Sandra? We've got how much fuel left?
No, that's just not quite correct, that one. I haven't recorded that. So that'll be it'll be 91 gallons. 91
gallons.
Yes.
We've used 50 gallons of, or thereabouts. So at this stage, we're looking like landing in the Gold Coast with probably around 4 hours of fuel remaining. The other thing we do is every half an hour we go through a cockpit systems or a systems check, and we record such things as what is the vacuum indicating, what heading is indicated, ground speed, and a whole lot of other parameters. That just makes sure that we're covering all of the items in our cockpit. The engines, everything's running well. It also helps fill time in, doesn't it, Sandra?
It does.
And but otherwise, no. Look, it's really good. And then every half an hour, we also put this little device on our fingers. We're flying at 8,000 feet. It's a little oxygen deprived, but in order to make sure that we are okay and we don't require supplementary oxygen, which we have in the back of the aeroplane, and at 8,000 feet, with some deep breathing every now and again, we're right, and we put this on our finger, and it tells us what the oxygen level is in our blood, and also what our heart rate is, and we monitor that. So all in all, with that going on every half hour, fuel changes every half hour, position reports at least every hour, and a bit of eating in between.
And the odd toilet stop.
And a toilet stop, yeah. So we'll talk about that another day. But overall, the hours tick by very, very quickly. So while we're talking right now, we've got just 3 hours to go to the Gold Coast. So we're well over halfway. You know, here we are in the Tasman. I've just had our cockpit chat, and I thought, well, let's just show you a little bit about what it looks like outside right now. So here we are looking down to the south. You know, we've got quite a stiff breeze blowing. At the moment, we're indicating a 31 knot on the flight computer, 31, or nearly 30 knots of slight crosswind tailwind component. As you can see, a very tidy 171 knots indicated for our ground speed. The better the ground speed, the better we like it. Looking out ahead, The weather looks pretty good now, all the way across to the Gold Coast. And we've been sitting on top of this layer of cloud. It breaks up every now and again, but it's been a very smooth ride. Clear blue skies, and it's looking really good. Coming around now, looking out to the north. And there we are there at that. Looking good.